What is going on, you guys? Welcome to today's video. It's actually currently the end of the video. I actually just finished the entire video, but I accidentally deleted my intro clip, which if you make videos, when you delete a clip you need, it's like the worst feeling ever. So here we are doing the intro once again. Please focus, camera. Thank you so much for that. Here we are doing the intro once again. It's been a minute since our last upload, mainly because I was waiting for parts for this car to show up, which they all did, and you'll see into this video, and then also give you guys an update on the W8. I made an offer on the car lower than what they had it priced as. I've been taking my time with buying that car, just making sure it's really what I want. There's a lot of good pieces on it and a lot of things I do want from the car, but it does need a lot of work as well. There's no key to the car still, so like I said, I made an offer on the car for lower than what they wanted. We'll see what happens. As of today, she was still trying to find the key, so it's gonna be a pain to get the car out of there with no key, being stuck in park, the steering column's locked. I mean, I do definitely want the car, but if I can get it for cheaper, it'll be more worth my while, and if they have the key, that would be ideal. But either way, I'll keep you guys updated with the W8 situation. If you want to stay more up to date on the W8 and other things we're doing behind the scenes and not on YouTube or on Instagram, the Patreon is definitely the way to go. You can see things way ahead of time. We conversate back and forth about a bunch of stuff, PC stuff, cars, guns, a bunch of stuff on there, so it's a cool place to hang out. But with all that being said, enjoy today's video. Give you guys a little garage update. Number one, the wagon's washed and clean, looking beautiful as ever, and also the wagon is now on this side of the garage versus that side. Turns out the Passat is much longer than the wagon. You would think the wagon would be longer than the sedan, but no, this car is significantly longer than this one. Now, when I had the Passat on this side, I had to have this car pretty much with the front bumper touching like right here, and I had no room to walk on the front. To only have a little bit of room back here to squeeze between the two cars. Now you can see plenty of room back here, and also still plenty of room to get past the car with the garage door closed. So yeah, the wagon is much shorter than this car. Who would have thought? Now, aside from having more room just around this car, I wanted the Passat on this side because we have to work on it today, and I just wanted it out of the way. So let's check out all the goodies we got back over here. So all this from FSP Euro, big thank you to them. This actually, all of this came in last week, but I don't have enough of each thing to do the entire job. Like I have the front rotors and the rear rotors, but no pads, so I couldn't do the brakes just yet. I got the gasket kit, the timing belt, but no water pump, and not the tool for the timing, so I couldn't do that. I have the new fluid here, but I didn't have the filter or the gasket for the pan, so couldn't do that. So I had a lot of parts, but nothing I could actually do an entire job on. But this came today, which is the rest of the items to finish all of these jobs. So the plan for today, I want to do the brakes, front and rear with the new pads, and then I also want to go through and do the trans flush and the new filter, see how the car drives with it shifting properly, hopefully, and also having, actually having brakes. Another thing I had to do, this car had wheel locks on it. Don't have the key, and instead of ordering, there's a bunch of keys for Volkswagen. So instead of trying to order the one exactly for this, because there's like 3 or 4 versions, I just got this nice kit right here off eBay. I think it was like maybe 18 bucks. You get these nice things, hammer them bad boys on, and the keys come right off. Now these will never go back on the car. I'm gonna order brand new lug nuts and put them all in. But yeah, these had to go. I don't wanna have a situation where I need the wheel off, the key gets lost, and there's none of that kind of stuff. So wheel locks, be gone. So first things first, let's open up this fancy box from FCP, see what we got inside. Ooh, and you already know it is time for the good old unboxing knife. If we can't get a nice little slice of the whole thing, I really should sharpen this knife at some point. Oh, missed it. There it is. There it is. Let's get to the good stuff. All the packaging possible. Alright, so there is our transmission pan gasket. We're going to need that. And then, there's our new filter for the transmission. Hopefully, trans flush, new filter, has it shifting perfectly. I hope. Also in here, there's our water pump. There is our tool for the timing gear in the rear, same as like the 180. I'm pretty sure it's actually the same exact tool. There's that tool right there. This is one of our timing tools as well to lock the crank, I think. And then the one in there, I'll open in just a minute. That one locks both cams. I want to say from left and right. We have brake pads right here. We should have one more brake pad. There it is, there. So these should be the rear. Those are the front. Now we have everything to do all of these jobs. All right, look at this lineup, just like goodies on top of goodies for the Passat. Super stoked on all this. Again, thank you FCP. Also is in stock, ready to go, so super awesome. Now this tool right here, this is the one that locks the camshaft from left to right on the cylinder heads. That we can do the timing, and then also this one I believe is for the the crank. So timing tools needed for all the timing stuff. And then over here, which we might have a slight issue, this is the fill plug for the transmission, and then the new drain bolt right there with the gasket. But I don't know if I have an Allen bolt or Allen key that big. I'll have to double check. Also, I don't have any type of like oil drain bucket or in the focus. So might have to run to AutoZone for a few things, but we'll start with the brakes at first, and then we'll knock out this afterwards. But actually, look how big the transmission pan is. I think it's huge. But again, I'm hoping fluid, filter, this is what we need to have this car shifting perfectly. So say a prayer. So we got our front rotors, rear rotors, our pads right here, and thankfully I've got all my brake tools down there, so ready to go. All right, let's grab our jack and get this job knocked out. Well, actually, the magnets are here. All right, listen, I better make the shot first try. This is about my 3-line. See if I can actually get this down. This might not be high enough. Is it? Is it? Is it? Oh, it is. Perfect. Cool. All right, let's first try. Woohoo! No one's gonna believe it. That was actually first try. There she goes. Good Lord. Highly unnecessary. Okay, there's that one. Wow. These have not been off in a very long time, hence why the brakes are gone. It's a lovely sound. It really is. Good grief. Okay. Make sure they're all gonna come off. There we go. Okay. Have I mentioned how nice it is to have concrete? Oh, this is just making me so freaking happy. I love this. Alright, for the first time in I don't know how long, our wheels off. So these tires still have a lot of tread life, but if you look closely, we got a lot of cracks going on here, there, pretty much everywhere. So what's nice, that W8 Passat has 16-inch steel wheels on it right now, but pretty much brand new tires. So I could use those tires for these wheels. Let's get a look in here. Brake rotors themselves, toasted. Like these things are gnarly. Look at these things, just torched everywhere. A little bit of pad left, but I mean, enough to stop the car, but definitely not ideal. When you press the brake, you can feel the grinding. It's not good. Aside from that though, suspension wise, like I said, there's not a single squeak or clunk from this car. I'm so surprised, but all the joints and the bushings aren't blown out. I don't see grease anywhere. There's not even like a lot of like surface rub, which is actually pretty surprising. Look back in there, axle boots still in good shape. I'm actually really surprised on how clean like this bit is. You can see back there where the bushing is, that's still in good shape. I'm surprised. A little bit dirty down there, like some gunk, but that's normal in terms of like replacing stuff. I think all this is good to stay. So, I mean, it'll last us at least one wear time, which is all we need it for. Now, before I pull that one off, I want to double check. There's a couple different sizes for front brake rotors on a Passat V6 4Motion. This is a 288mm rotor, which should be the correct size for this car, I hope. There's also a 312mm option, which is what I have on this car, but that shouldn't be for this one. So, okay, we're good. So front is 288, that's good. Now one thing I was curious about, some of the Passats, I'm not sure, maybe it's just the W8 or the TDIs, this one has a solid steel rear rotor, which a lot of 4Motion cars have the vented one, but this car had these ones. I think this is 245mm and it's solid steel. So just make sure you look at your car and you order what's on your car currently, that way you don't mess up. Alright, so before I go ahead and pull the brake pads out, the caliper off, and the rotor out of the way, let me show you what I did so far. You have this retaining clip that sits on the front side right there. So you get a flat head and pop the entire thing out. You can see it on this car as well, how it has it right there in the front. So pop that off the flat head, and on the back side, you have the top bolt here, and one also on the bottom. That's a M7 Allen, like this size right here. Break those free. Surprisingly enough, those broke free buttery smooth, like very, very surprising. Now with this setup, you can leave the carrier arm on. You'll need to pull, actually no, I might need to pull the carrier arm off, get the rotor out of here we'll see in a second. I know in the rear you can do it with just the carrier arm, with just the caliper off, but we'll see about the front in just a second. But either way, with that pulled off, you just pry this forward like so. You can see that goes that way, and then this hopefully will come out. If not, we need to go back. There's two, either 17s or 19s back there. We'll pull those off, pull the entire carrier arm off with it, and move the entire thing out. All right, so we'll see here in just a second whether or not you can pull your rotor off on a Passat with the carrier arm on, or have to pull it off. Some people are probably saying, no you can't, or yes you can, but we'll find out in just a second. So we'll work this forward, like so. All right, so there goes our caliper. I don't have anything to hang it on, but I'll be okay for just a second. So there's what's left of my pad, which is almost nothing. Good Lord, I'll show you it in a minute. But those can come out. This can hang for just 1 second carefully. And this, shall it fit out? Nope. Okay, so ignore what I said. Carrier arm must come off. All right, so with both of our 18mm bolts that are on the back side holding the carrier arm to the knuckle are out. Again, those came, like, look how clean these are. Like, I'm blown away by how nice these bolts are, condition wise, and they're coming apart so easily. So that's out, which is good. Calipers back there resting. I don't have like a hook to hold it, but it's resting on the lower knuckle piece, so there's no tension on any of these. Now our rotor shall come right off. Look at that thing. Whew. I mean, this thing has seen some stuff. And then also our pads here, they've seen some stuff. So out with the old, in with the new, and the pads over there. But other than that, I mean, I'm really blown away by the condition of everything under this car. For being up here in North Dakota, being in, I think, Virginia, a few of the places that see snow and salt, I mean, the bolts aren't seized up, they're not rusty. I'm really, really surprised by this. I mean, look at the caliper here. It's dirty and kind of discolored towards the backside, but in terms of, like, you know, when you see these ones, look like they've been at the bottom of the ocean for like 6 years. Like, the calipers on this car where they're sandblasted look terrible. I have a picture, I'll put it on the screen. For 141,000 miles and being up north, like, I mean, that's really good shape. So we've got our nice new pads right here, one for the inside with the sensor on it, and then the one for the outside right there. I mean, that compared to that, and like, look how much that one has, how much meat on it, and then this one has just about nothing. And the rears are even worse than this. I think the rear is just metal to metal, but we'll see in a minute. But that's no good. So throughout the years, I've done brakes on a lot of cars. By far, this has been the easiest brake job so far in my life. When I tell you, not a single bolt, I used no WD-40, no liquid wrench, nothing. Everything came free, like butter, came apart, back together. I mean, this is the easiest thing ever. I'm surprised. Now, of course, we have 3 more sides to do. Don't want to jinx myself, but if they're all like this, this will be the easiest brake job literally ever. Done. Put my light out. I always shut my light. Don't forget your light. Then you crush it and then you're sad. Move all of our things out of the way. Bring her down. Voila. First side done. Got her looking much better. Now, I told myself I wasn't going to go through and paint the calipers, but I might have to. I'm thinking maybe just like a gloss black would be nice. It's a winter beater, but like, I can't leave things alone, so I might have to go back and paint those gloss black. I mean, today, just get the brakes done so it has brakes, but we might come back for some copper paint. If you had to pick a caliper color for this car, what would you go with? The car is shadow blue metallic, so it's kind of dark right now, but it's very like nice metallic blue in the sun. I'm thinking just like an OEM Plus look. I wouldn't want to do anything like quite like this where it's bright and kind of in your face. More like OEM Plus, so either like a gloss black metallic, maybe like a charcoal gray. I think also like yellow would look cool, but that's kind of more than like, that's not really OEM Plus for this car. So I'm leaning to like gray or black, but leave some comments down below. What do you think? Moving on to side number 2, tire situation, pretty much the same. Tons and tons of tread life left, but in terms of dry rot, we've got it pretty much everywhere. So new tires in order. It sucks because there's still so much tread, but that's asking for some trouble. So those get swapped out at some point. Now this will be a more interesting side because this is the side that we heard like basically dragging as I was driving. You can see how tore up this rotor is, and there's not much pad left in there. So you can see like there's kind of like that metal shavings on everything. So once I reset the caliper, hopefully that fixes the issue, but we'll see once it's all said and done and back together. So you can see right here, this is our ABS sensor that plugs in right there. I unplugged it, and Yeah, that should be connected to that and there, and it's not, so slight issue, but it's fine. So pads are out. This one here was a pad on the outside. Pretty bad, not much life left, but I mean, I've seen worse. And by worse, I mean the inside pad. Good Lord. Look at this thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just metal to metal at this point. There's no actual pad material left. It's just the metal carrier piece. Holy crap. I've never seen a brake, I mean, there's no brake pad left, but I've never seen one this bad. I think the issue on this side was, you can see how extended the piston is there. I think because it was pushing so far to make any contact, I got kind of stuck out here. So I'm hoping once I reset it and push it back in, it should be fine and good to go. I don't think anything mechanically is wrong with it, besides it was just pushed so far out, trying to make sure this made some sort of contact. But like, I have never seen a pad this bad. I mean, there's no pad. It's literally just the metal backing that holds the pad. There's nothing left. I mean, this makes this look like a brand new pad. Look how much material is left. You can see all that, like maybe what, 5 mil at the bottom there, you can still see. There's nothing left. It's just metal. That's absolutely insane. Don't do this. Don't ever let your pads get this bad. That's why this came off, because it just burned through the metal piece that sticks inside of here. It should look like this. Let me show you the one over here. This is how that piece there, let's focus up on it. That piece there goes inside of the pad itself. I should show you over here. On this one, it goes into that little hole right there. And then once it wears down to here, you get that wear mark and the light comes on the dash saying, hey, change your brake pads. They just said, nah, no need. We'll just, we'll keep running it and running it and running it and running it and running it, and it's no big deal. Unbelievable. I just want to see real fast. I want to put a fresh one next to that one. Actually, we'll do brand new next to used next to nothing. So you got brand new next to used next to nothing. They literally said, listen, I paid for the whole brake pad. I'm going to use every bit of it. It's just so mind-blowing to me. Good stuff. Good stuff. So I went to pull the rotor here off. It seems our rotor may have gotten a little bit hot, and it might be slightly melted on the backside to the hub portion on the inside. So we're gonna need a hammer, and hopefully this doesn't take me too long. But yeah, she's on there real good. Oh, there it is. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Holy crap. So I guess it wasn't really like, I thought this part was like welded to here, which is not, it was sitting inside of this. But from all like the metal shavings, it's kind of stuck a little bit, but good Lord. That's awesome. I love people who are just like, you know what? A little grinding here and there, she's fine, we'll keep driving it. Love that kind of no care lifestyle. Good look at her in the sunshine out here. This every bit you could use, they used. You can see how much of this side's gone. That's how thick it should be, and I'd say about half of that is gone from this side. Absolutely no cares. All right, let's grab ourselves a nice fresh unit. We're ready to go. Not too bad. Fresh rotor, fresh pads, wipe it down just a little bit. Huge improvement. So front of the car is officially done. The ugly calipers are driving me insane, but at least we have front brakes now, so huge step forward. I'm actually gonna pull the car out of the garage now so we have some more light to do the rears. Oh, it is so nice to be able to press the brakes and just not feel the car just like metal on metal grinding. So much better. So fronts are done. Let's knock out the rear, which might be just like that front one we just saw. All right, let's see what kind of fun we have going on back here. So rotor, same as the front, pretty tore up. These ones, there's almost no pad left. It's not metal on metal, I don't think, but there's a little tiny bit left. Other than the brakes though, looking up in here, a little surface rust. I'll have to see how those bushings are back there. But doesn't look, I don't see anything like out of place or missing or completely blown out right off the bat, so that's good. These look to be decent still enough. Not too bad. So it didn't work in the front, but I'm pretty sure it works in the rear of these cars. We can take just the caliper off, get the pads out, and then leave the carrier arm and still have enough room to actually rotate the rotor out. I'm pretty sure it's the rear, it should work fine. All right, rear caliper is off. We'll just set it back here so it's out of the way. We can pull these out, whatever's left of them. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Whew. Not as bad as the front, but it's just about to the metal. Goodness. So those are out of the way, but can we pull this off without taking off this? I swear we could. Where's my hammer at? Hang on. Okay, hit with a hammer. Pretty sure we can fit this out of here. Oh, it's close. Maybe the Passat's a little different than the Mark IV. Oh, it's like right there. Okay, there it is. Okay, it comes out. It comes out. It's doable. I knew it was doable. So you can leave the carrier arm, calipers are come off for the pads, and then this will fit out. A little bit of a struggle, or may have had a weird angle, I don't know, but normally it comes out no problem. So remember when I said always look at your car first before you order parts so you get the right stuff? I did say that, and I looked at this car too, and in terms of size, we have the correct size rotor. In terms of height, you see how shallow that one is compared to how tall this one is? So you can see it's all the way in and doesn't even come close to touching. Now, I was under 4Motion, Passat, VR6, so everything was for this car, but that one is way too tall. I need that size. So, for today, we'll just reset the caliper, toss some new pads and a lease, and I'll run these rotors for a little bit longer. I'll have to return these ones and order the right ones. What's nice about SCP Euro, I can return these. Even if you have like stuff like this that's used, once you pay for it once, you can buy it again and then return the old stuff and get a refund later on. Even on stuff like fluids and all that kind of stuff, apparently they return, you can return pretty much anything to them and have your money back, like lifetime warranty, which is pretty cool. So, I mean, these are still brand new, but still, if they were used, I could return them, buy another set, they have my money back. But these had to go back, I need the shorter ones. So, size-wise, 245 is correct, but not this tall. Maybe this is for front wheel drive. This is so big, but I had it under 4Motion and everything like that, so I don't know. So for right now, we'll have the new pads with the old rotors, and as soon as the new rotors come in, we'll swap them back over. Still a big improvement before having, like, you know, virtually no pad at all, but I want some nice new rotors. All right, fourth and final side, same as the rest, rotor super worn out, but this one, the pads are pretty much gone. I think this one might be metal on metal. We'll have to see what we pull out of there. Other than that, looking back again, just clean. I'm still so shocked, and this is a northern car, and like, I expected all this to be rust, like everywhere, and it's just not. Really surprising. I mean, I'm glad to see all this, but I'm shocked. All right, final pad check. Let's see what we got. Ooh, she got a little bit though. A little bit inside. Survey says, oh no, that's metal. I mean, if you count that little bit of, no, not metal. Yep. Metal all the way, which means the back of this rotor is probably torn up a little bit, which isn't great, but I don't plan on driving the car much with the new pads until the new rotors are here. It'll just go back into the garage, so I wouldn't worry about that. But goodness, I mean, like, to let your brakes go this far, you have to like try for that. Like, this takes a lot of time, and you have to just like constantly ignore the metal grinding sound and how bad the pedal feels, and you just keep driving and there's no worries. Not as bad as the front one, but like, it's all gone. We can put these in the junk pile. Actually, we'll do a comparison. This is the front one. You can see they actually were breaking metal to metal a lot, and then this one was just getting there. So I mean, you can see it hit a little bit, but nothing compared to how to that one. Yeah, two pads that are nothing but metal. Love to see it. All right, so we have our new pads in right here. The issue I'm currently having, you can see how far the piston's pushed out because on the inside there was no more pad left. So this is like the max it'll go before the piston actually like falls out. The problem is my tool here is all the way compressed and it's close. I can get the backside like a little more under. I might be able to like pry it, but if I can't get this to fit inside there, I might have to try and get like a needle nose plier to at least get started a little bit, because you can use a needle nose and spin it. It's kind of difficult, but it does work a little bit. But this, I can't get the other side in there. Let me do this front side first. Up, 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 up. Come on. Come on! Oh, it's so close. Just pop over the corner, please. Yeah, your piston shouldn't come this far out. Oh, it's so close. It's just stuck on that backside. Well, I'm gonna fight with this a little bit more, but hopefully I can get this to work. I don't think I have a needle nose at the moment either. Oh, is that it? Carry along. Is that it? Yes, great success. Whew. Okay, we're good. We are good. All right, she's officially back on the ground. Front's looking good, minus that super ugly caliper in there. And then the rears, well, they're looking halfway good because I messed up on the rotors. But we'll get it sorted. So right now, this is 98% done. Once I have the correct rear rotors, we'll swap that out. Not a big deal. Like I said, leave your vote down below. What color shall we do the calipers in? Because right now, that just, it looks awful, I think. I'm leaning toward either a nice metallic black or metallic charcoal gray. Any other suggestions, leave them down below, but they gotta go. It's just such an eyesore. Look at that, just ugh. Gotta go. So at the end of all this, I've learned two things. Number one, if you pay for the brake pads, use every bit of the brake pad. Get your money's worth, use it down to the metal. Even use the metal, it doesn't matter, use all of it. Like I said, get your money's worth. And number two, if you're ordering parts for your car, double check and make sure they're the right ones, because I didn't. It's what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Do not forget, be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.